Hello, this is the QTech Perspective. I'm back with another video about how I look for Craigslist parts. And I also wanted to talk about how I got into CES this year. I'm not going to talk about how I got into it, but I'm going to talk about what I'm doing there. What I am doing there is there will be some stuff here. I will try to hit my keyboard the minimum amount possible. This is a floor map of just a couple of the booths I wanted to see. But I'm also wanted some actual content, so I was going to show you guys how I find some of my Craigslist stuff. I have a couple people who actually messaged me after seeing my video on how do I find these things. Like, I live in Vegas or I live in large towns and I don't see anything like that. So generally, if you live in a group of towns or townships where they have slightly different names, for example, Vegas has Henderson and Paradise, and there's a couple other ones that will pop up on Craigslist. Just put in Vegas if you're in Vegas specifically. Otherwise, put in the largest one or the one most people put, because a lot of people don't even know which part they live in. I like to start with computers and computer parts and accessories. That's the floor plan. Computer parts and computer accessories. And we'll scroll through here. Now, the time of day. I shouldn't be up this late. I shouldn't be recording this now. But I will say that the automated bots that post like hundreds of these post them at specific times of the day. You pick ones that work good for you. Now, I saw this earlier, and I wanted to click on it because I said I needed one of these. And I might pick it up, and I bookmarked it for later, but that has nothing to do with this video now, I suppose. So I'm going to scroll down. That's probably just a case. You can see there's no parts inside. I don't like buying cases unless they're really cheap. A G4400, nothing special. This guy right here doesn't list a price, and he wants a lot of money for these, which I am not. For used parts, I don't like paying much money for at all. What I like to look for is, what's it called? Pre-builts or past computers that people are selling or have no longer a use for, and they get rid of for, $20 to $80. I like picking the stuff out of those, or putting a couple parts into them and giving them or selling to a friend. Sometimes they have really good deals inside them. Sometimes they're okay deals. See this guy right here? I might look into buying a Threadripper computer just to have one, I suppose. I really don't need one, but my computer where it is now, I'm still at the point where I can sell it for profit. And I always like to sell stuff at a profit. That's what most people like to do. So I'm going to look through here and continue to talk about some of these things. Now, I did want to talk about, like I said, CES. All of the, all of the tech booths and anything to do with VR or computers. So definitely I want to stop by and look at what Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA have in store. I want to look at, just see what there's there. Now, I will have a microphone Tuesday. Today, or Monday, I probably won't make it for long, if at all. But it would be nice if I could. It's just, I don't see it happening. Now, this guy has these for $1 for trade. I don't know if that's worth it. It's probably not. We're going to find out in a second. A lot of these have actually clicked on, it seems. So we're getting into older stuff. And I've already seen some of this stuff. This guy right here, Noctua mounting kit. Stuff like this is interesting, but I want to talk about that in a second. A 920, if I had a motherboard for that, I might buy it, but there are better CPUs for like $8 you can order off the internet. So they're not, see, this guy's reposted it several times. They're not the best deals. Alright, this is back in December. So we're going to go back and we're going to go look at what I've already opened. Alright, so this guy right here, this is the wrong size or whatever. It's not the right mounting kit. It's for a specific cooler, for a specific motherboard. Stuff like this, if you're looking for it, is great, because this is probably like a $10 kit or something, or not, if not more. Maybe it's a $5 kit. Stuff like this is nice to find. This guy right here, this looks like a Pentium D or a Pentium D, and he lists them here. So as I'm looking at these Xeons might be like okay to look at basically, but I wouldn't like them personally. That for a small form factor, if you had a small form factor motherboard like that or something, maybe. Now this guy has 32 terabyte hard drives for $40 each. That is pretty good. but these are used hard drives. He was probably crypto. Okay, there's a cryptocurrency mining that works with memory. It's probably cryptocurrency mining. I'm gonna look at those later. Threadripper. It's a whole system. This guy just wants a ton of money for it. I'm not gonna do that. It's probably cheaper for me to buy it myself, used or new. This guy looks. He's got. Oh my gosh, hard drives. Anything under 250 gigabytes, I do not like looking at. I'll look at it, but I probably won't buy it unless they're like $1. I'll buy just about anything for $1, just about. But other than that, on this specific ad, I don't see anything here. A 360 power plug. I actually might need one of those, but I have a slight sneaking suspicion I might find a cheaper one on the internet. And you scroll through and you just look at what they actually have as computer parts, because other miscellaneous things. Computer parts. I have some. Make me an offer on what you want. Has a bunch of. This is DDR RAM. DDR RAM is so old at this point. These could be DDR2. Now, he says there's DDR3. This PC3 is DDR3, but he's probably going to overcharge for it. So I don't know. This guy has been, I think I've seen this actually, like, this has been posted longer than 13 days. He actually deleted and reposted this ad. I might offer him something for his R9 270X and his 500 gigabyte WD, but it's gonna be $50 or less or something like that, because I don't know if it works. I don't know how long he's had it. It's not a good deal for me. This guy right here has an HP NV desktop computer for $1. 8300. I love the 8300. Fun fact: one of the first computers, the first one I've worked on, like competently, was the 7300 or 7200, whatever the one before the XPS 8300 was. It was that model, and it had an i7 920 in it, and it had 8 gigabytes of RAM in it. Oh, no. When I found it, it was on the side of the road. There's no RAM in it. It just ran the other day. It was pretty funny. It was like some weird corrosion in it, and I brought it home, and it had the HD 5960 or something, whatever graphics card it came with, and the 920 in this motherboard, and it had this nice Bluetooth adapter, Wi-Fi adapter, which I still have today. And I actually really like that Wi-Fi adapter. It's the one I use when I go and troubleshoot other people's computers. And as I'm looking through here, I don't really see anything worth buying. There's that computer there. I do like to open computers and computer parts because it's very nice to have them both. There was another thing I saw earlier which I might look for, but custom computer for $70. We'll see what he has in it. If he has any relevant new hardware, it's worth picking up. But if he has anything else, anything old, I don't like picking up old hardware. Sometimes I'll pick up a Pentium for like a Core 2 Quad or Core 2 Duo for free, and my friend or somebody I know will say, hey, I need a computer for browsing the internet and paying my bills and stuff, and I'll say, okay, here's one to use. It's not the most secure, it's not very fast, but you can access the internet with it. Just a browsing machine, you know? I actually have a friend who gamed on a Pentium 4 for 2.5 years. I had it overclocked to some ridiculous 5 point something gigahertz. It was actually pretty decent, but it was not a gaming computer. See, this guy right here, he probably has a dual core, or maybe even a quad core with no graphics card in that. This guy right here is worth looking at. I'm opening these all in a new tab with the middle mouse button so that I'm not losing track of where I was. And I'm going to go back. Ethereum, no. I don't like buying cryptocurrency mining rigs. They've been used. Never have. I don't think I ever will. But, you know, never say you're never going to do something. Never mean it is actually the correct way to phrase that. Because never is the frame of mind you're in when you see something. Not in the future. So it's nice to keep your mind open. This guy right here. I thought this guy got rid of this. I need to talk to this guy. I'm actually going to message this guy in about a minute. I can't believe he still has this. Why? He's not going to get a project car for this. A 6200. It was on for 20 bucks the other day. And I'm going to offer him 20 bucks again. Or whatever it was on. I can find the ad. He deleted it. I thought he sold it. This guy right here. Oh, yeah, this computer. I love this computer. Now, the one before this that I bought with the 920 might have been a i7 960. Could have been a 920 though. I had like 8 gigs of RAM, and I put a terabyte in. I ended up selling that one to my brother for like 200 bucks. I put it like a 590 in it or something. Graphics. I don't know what I put in it. GTX 5 or 7 series. It was an okay computer. It was just, for my brother to use, and it was the first one I worked on, so I'm going to keep it in the family. Let's get, a dual-core, 500GB hard drive, Windows 7, Office 2016. The cheapest case you will find. Look at that thing, a post-net case. I like that. Oh, this is interesting. It's a 1050 Ti, an i3, 16GB. No. This guy says he uses it for 4K production, which... I don't know. I don't want to touch this one. This one looks a little iffy to me. $600 for an i3 and a 1050 Ti is that's not conducive to. It's not a good deal. Look how dusty it is too. This guy doesn't even take care of it. Okay, I'm not gonna say he doesn't take care of it, but it looks like he doesn't take care of it. Look at that mini ITX motherboard, or is that, I don't know. It's a small form factor motherboard, and a ATX case. And what is that, a 500 watt OCZ power supply? No. He has 2 hard drives in it, though. Wonder if he... That is not the SSD. There's more hard... That's not exactly what he's selling there. These right here. I wanted to talk about these. Now, if he's selling both of these with 1060s in them for $299, I should actually message him, because that is ridiculous, and I would like to buy them at this instant. But even just one of them, I want to double check. Look, a 1063GB video card. This should pop up. Look, we'll go to shopping. We're going to go to price low to high. Cheapest you're going to get a 1060 right now, new, is $219. If you want a 1060, and let's say you have an old 500 series card, GTX 500, 550 or something, take the 1060 out, put your 550 in, add 4 more gigabytes of RAM and sell it for $250, something like that. Maybe more, maybe less, depending on how it works, what you put in it, and how it runs. I would check at some price performance graphs and put your price somewhere on there. This guy right here, computer and LG Tower Excellent. I think you mean Excelente. So I don't know if alright, well, we'll just look at what he's got here. He has no... That's a nice connector to have. This probably isn't the oldest rig. The inclusion of the PS2 port on the back makes me a little iffy, but those could possibly be USB 2 ports. They should be blue. Or USB 3 ports. The fact that it comes with HDMI is nice, and all the audio comes nice. But this guy wants $350 for this, and I don't think there's a graphics card. There's no graphics card in it. Look, this, you can find out exactly what this computer is with a little bit of sleuthing, but this computer is not worth it. I have this exact case. I have 2 of this exact case, actually. I put my dad's computer in one, so I guess I have one of them. But let's see here. This guy here, 500 gigabyte hard. This guy's been posted for a long time. This is not 13 days ago. He deleted and reposted this. I might offer him something for his R9 270X and his 500 gigabyte hard drive, but it'll probably be a low offer. It's not going to be anything special. This guy here looks like he's selling a bunch of hard drives. 2 terabyte hard drives for $40 is pretty good. I was going to do a Black Friday deal for what, like, I'll talk to you about what I got for Black Friday. Basically, I ordered like 5.5 gigabytes or terabytes of storage for like $200 or something. It was a pretty good deal, and I ordered like a free Bluetooth thing and everything. Just some small stuff, some power supplies, just some cheap stuff to get during Black Friday when it's really cheap. So I do need to mail, text this guy. But I also want to say, I also like to look at video game, the wanted, the free, the barter, and the electronics sections in Craigslist, because there's a lot of good stuff. This here, I don't see much worth buying for me personally. If you would like a Hello Kitty 13-inch TV with a remote for less than $30 and you live in Las Vegas, you gotta hit this guy up. Other than that, some nice DisplayPort cables that they'll probably charge way too much for. That's a USB printer cable. Never mind. Yeah, other than that, there's probably some nice stuff. There is good stuff here. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's just nothing I'm looking at. I usually look for deals and stuff I really need. If it's not really low priced, something I need, I'm not going to buy it. If it's something really low priced and something I need or will use or can sell, I will, work at getting it. Now, normally these people like when you're buying something, you usually meet at the person who's the seller's house or at their location, or they could say, let's meet in the middle. Sometimes you'll find a nice person, or they live near your area, or they'll say, hey, I go to work and I go by your house. Can I drop it off then? That's the best type of deal. Because at your house or at their house, usually I would like to say, if you're going to meet somebody from Craigslist, do it in a public area or bring somebody with you. When you do that, at somebody's house, you can test the parts, and if they work, they work. And if they don't work, you can say, hey, I'll give you $5 for this. Or if it's a whole computer, I'll give you, $50 for it. And they'll say, hey, I wanted to get $300 for it, but because it's not working, I will either give you money off or he'll just discount it totally because it's not working at that point. People like that, finding deals like that is the best way to find deals on Craigslist. That is some of the best deal hunting techniques I have ever used personally or seen. That's about it for now on this electronics page. We're going to close that up and then go to the barter page. It's a car, some stuff here. I don't need a dryer. I don't need a boat. I have a cycle. So there's some interesting people. There are a lot of people in Vegas. That's enough for the barter. We'll check out the free stuff. This right here, 99 Chevy Tahoe. Look at this. Look at this. It's free. I actually might talk to this guy. I don't have a vehicle at this point. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to this guy. I should probably actually stop this video and talk to him now because it's a car, it's a truck. If it runs fine, it's it's nice. If he has the what's it called, registration and the pink slip for it, it's definitely worth checking out. A lot of the wanted ads are automated messages, and they are just full of stuff like this. These are all the same person, same people that it make Craigslist unusable sometimes. And it's still, this guy wants a CES badge. Let's check out what he's up to. That's enough for here. This guy needs one for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. He's offering $1. Okay, he's probably offering more. He'd probably pay for it, to be honest. But I'm gonna keep my CES badge. Not that it's mine. I'm not gonna talk about how I got that. This here, consoles. Personally, I don't need or want any of the new consoles. I don't think I like the games as much as on computer. The only new one I have is the Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo games are way different than the Microsoft Corporation and Sony games. So, personally, I have nothing against console gaming. It's really useful for people that don't know what they're doing with computers, or who don't have the time, or just want an easy experience. And the newest generation's price for performance isn't bad. It's actually pretty good. I have to admit that one. So I will accept trades if somebody's like, I have $300 in a console for a $400 computer or $450 computer. I might say yes, depending on what comes with it or how it works out. It just depends on how I'm feeling and how it's working out. You can always resell a console, or you can keep it. I have a large video game collection. I have all the older consoles. I suspect I will get a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One eventually. Be that a couple years from now or tomorrow, I will have one eventually. And I will enjoy it. But as of now, I don't see personally that I would gain from it. So that's enough from these. That's what I look for when I'm browsing Craigslist. I'll pull up the CES floor plan for one of their shows, and I'll just show you some of the stuff I like to look at. I think I said earlier, I was talking about, I had the DX Racer booth open. Definitely check that out. Like I said, all the NVIDIA, all the AMD, all the Intel. I want to check that stuff out. Shasian, Wi-Fi, consulting. What else? Naughty America. That's an interesting one right there. That's I don't think I'll check that one out, but I might look at it. I have a BMW bike, which that'd be interesting to check out their stuff, but I don't think I'd be that interested in it. A lot of smaller stuff here. Anything that actually is like associated with drones, e-commerce a little bit, augmented reality, gaming and virtual reality. I want to check out Sphero, Razer, Insta360, maybe. 3D Rudder, yes. Stern Pinball, maybe. A lot of these companies I barely recognize. I'll check out the Kodak booth. There's another Kodak booth. Sennheiser, I want to check out. A lot of Sennheiser headphones. I owned a pair a long time ago. This is a couple years ago. They were nice headphones. It's a nice headset. And use just some of the other stuff. DJI, definitely want to check out DJI. I actually picked up one of their bags for like $4 the other day. It's like an $80 bag. It was ridiculous. TPCast Technologies, GDU. Yeah, just some interesting stuff here. This is just one of the pages. I don't want to go super far into it. Don't want to make any promises I can't keep. I'll come out with what I come out with, and I thank you all for watching my video. I hope that you continue to watch my videos, and this was and is the Q-Tech Perspective.